Today's video is a proper special one. I'm talking about how you can become an MI5 agent. Yep, you heard me right, the MI5. You know, the ones you hear about in spy films. But don't worry, we're also getting into the part you're really interested in. How much they actually get paid. So grab a cuppa, settle in, and let's dive into the world of the UK's Secret Service. First off, what is MI5 and what do they do? Alright, so let's start at the beginning. MI5 isn't just the stuff of movies, it's real life. MI5, also known as the Security Service, is the UK's main intelligence agency. Their job, to keep the country safe from all sorts of threats. Think terrorism, espionage, cyber attacks, you name it, they've got it covered. They're the people who work behind the scenes, making sure that dangerous stuff doesn't even come close to hitting our shores. While you're at the pub having a pint, these lot are keeping an eye on threats 24/7. And let's clear something up straight away. It's not all about fancy gadgets or car chases. It's about gathering intel, analysing data, and making quick, strategic decisions. It's intense work, and you need to be on the ball at all times, but trust me, it's worth it if you're up for the challenge. And the pay isn't bad either, as we'll get into in a bit. How do you actually become an MI5 agent? So how do you even get a foot in the door at MI5? Well, let me tell you, it's not as easy as sending your CV to MI5 HQ. This is the security service after all, so they've got some pretty tight requirements. First things first, you've got to be a British citizen. No exceptions there, it's a hard rule. They want people who have strong ties to the UK and understand the culture. Oh, and you've also got to have lived in the UK for at least 9 out of the last 10 years. So if you've been off travelling the world, they might look at you a bit funny. But don't worry, a holiday to Ibiza won't count against you. Now, as for qualifications, this is where it gets a bit interesting. You don't need a degree to apply, but it's definitely a good shout if you have one. MI5 looks for people who are sharp thinkers, good with problem solving, and can handle high pressure situations. If you've got a background in something like IT, languages, or even engineering, you're already ahead of the game. Cybersecurity, by the way, is a huge thing right now, so if you're good with computers, that's another tick in your favour. The application process, not for the faint-hearted. Okay, so let's say you tick all the boxes and you're ready to apply. What's next? The application process is, well, let's just say it's thorough. First up, you've got the online application, just like any other job, right? Wrong. MI5 is looking for certain key qualities. So your CV needs to show off things like problem solving, communication, and the ability to think on your feet. If you've got experience in areas like risk management or working in high stress environments, make sure you shout about it. Next up, you'll have to pass some psychometric tests. Don't worry, these are just to see how you think and how your brain works under pressure. But then comes the real deal, the interviews and assessments. MI5 wants to see how you handle real life scenarios, so they'll put you in situations where you need to think fast, analyse information, and come up with a solution on the spot. It's not just about having the right answers, it's about how you approach the problem. If you can stay calm and focused, you're already on the right path. Security clearance, the deep dive into your life. Here's where it gets really serious. Security clearance. MI5 needs to be 100% sure that you're trustworthy, and that means going through your entire history with a fine-tooth comb. We're talking family background, financial history, your social media. Basically, they're going to know more about you than you know about yourself. So if you've got any skeletons in your closet, now's the time to clean them out. And no, they're not going to care if you've had a cheeky Nando's too many. What they're looking for is anything that could be a security risk. This whole clearance process can take months, so patience is key. But if you get through that, you're pretty much on your way to becoming a fully fledged MI5 agent. Now comes the fun part. Training. MI5 training ready for action. Right, so you've passed all the tests, the interviews, and you've made it through security clearance. What's next? Training. And let me tell you, this isn't your average on-the-job training. You'll learn everything from intelligence analysis to how to blend in without anyone even noticing you. Ever wanted to be a master of staying invisible in plain sight? Well, this is where you'll learn how. You'll also get training in surveillance techniques, how to gather and interpret intelligence, and even how to deal with high pressure, high stakes situations. It's tough, and it's going to push you to your limits, but by the end of it, you'll be ready to take on whatever the job throws at you. And trust me, there's nothing else quite like it. So, how much money do MI5 agents make? Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty. How much do MI5 agents actually make? Well, if you're starting out as an entry-level intelligence officer, you can expect to earn between £30k and £40k a year. Not too shabby, especially when you consider all the training and the benefits that come with the job. As you get more experience and work your way up, that salary can rise to anywhere between £40k and £60k. And if you make it to a senior level, think team leader or heading up major projects, you could be earning anywhere from £80k to £100k a year, plus bonuses. That's a lot of cash for keeping the country safe, and it's not just the salary that's appealing. You've got great benefits, a solid pension, and some serious job security. So while you're out there protecting the UK, you'll be well looked after. Final tips: how to stand out. So, how do you stand out from the crowd and get noticed by MI5? First off, you need to stay sharp, both mentally and physically. Keep learning, keep challenging yourself, and always stay on top of your game. Whether it's learning a new language, picking up some cyber security skills, or even just getting experience in high-stress jobs, it all helps. Another tip: keep your head down and stay humble. MI5 agents aren't about being flashy. They're about being the person who can slip into a room and nobody even notices while you're gathering critical intel. The art of subtlety is key in this game. So there you have it. If you've ever fancied yourself as a secret agent, now you know what it takes. Becoming an MI5 agent is no easy feat. But if you're up for the challenge, the rewards, both financially and personally, are well worth it. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear more about high-paying, exciting careers, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Coco Finance. Drop a comment below with any questions you've got, or let me know what career you want me to break down next. Until next time, stay sharp, stay focused, and keep chasing those top-tier opportunities